This episode of Ham Talk Live is brought to you by Tower Electronics. For connectors, cables, and more, call 920-435-2973 or visit pl-259.com. And by Icom. Heard it, worked it, logged it. Visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur for more information about Icom radios.
Standing in the snow with a brand new radio, catching the ISS, satellites are the best. A gate on the roof, repeater down the street. What fun it is to make contacts with everyone I meet. Oh, radio, radio, cute and folks 1A. I like to get all the gifts around the USA. Hey, radio, radio, cute and folks 1A. I like to get all the gifts around the USA.
Yes, you know, it's the holiday season when we change the theme song. Thanks to Emily Northam, the harmonic of KE8FZT, once again, for her rendition of that song. And we had it professionally produced a few years ago. And so we play it right here at Ham Talk Live in December. So welcome. Good evening, everyone. It's Ham Talk Live, episode number 282, December YOTA Month, 2021. Recorded live on Thursday, December 2nd, 2021. I'm your host, Neil Rapp, WB9VPG. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Ham Talk Live, and we'll be joined in just a few minutes by Kees Van Oosbree, W0AAE, and we will take your calls live on the phone here later on in the show. Last week was Thanksgiving. I hope you had a great one. Took the week off of the show, but the Thursday before that, we talked with some Straight Key Century Club officers. So if you missed that show, listen anytime at hamtalklive.com. Or just look on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube, and you can catch the rebroadcast of Ham Talk Live on WTWW shortwave. That's 5085 AM, Saturday afternoons at about 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So we're talking about YOTA Month, and so Kees is here. He is the assistant coordinator this year. He's the coordinator in training. So, we'll ask some questions about YOTA Month with him. If you're listening to us live on Thursday night, you can give us a call a little later on in the show. And I'll go ahead and give you the phone number so you can write it down or punch it in and have it ready to go. That phone number to call later on in the show will be 859-982-7373. Again, the phone number 859-982-7373. You can also tweet us. It's at Ham Talk Live on Twitter. And I'll be back with Kees right after this word from Icom America, right here on Ham Talk Live. Happy holidays from Icom. This season, spice up your ham shack with Icom's IC705 portable or the new ID52A handheld, now shipping. These radios are perfect for staying in or venturing out and working your favorite bands this winter season. The IC705 is the perfect sidekick and QRP companion. Base station features and functionality at the tip of your fingers in a portable package covering HF, 6 meters, 2 meters, and 70 centimeters. This compact rig weighs in at just over 2 pounds with RF direct sampling for most of the HF band and IF sampling for frequencies above 25 megahertz. It has a 4.3-inch color touchscreen with live band scope and waterfall, 5 watts with the battery, 10 watts with the power supply, sideband CW, AM, FM, full D-Star functions, Bluetooth, wireless LAN, integrated GPS, micro SD card slot, speaker mic comes standard, and supports QRP and QRPP operations. The perfect accessory for the IC705 is the optional backpack with a special compartment for your IC705 and room for accessories for SOTA activations or a day out in the wild. The ID52A is now shipping. Icom's newest handheld amateur radio is a VHF-UHF dual bander with D-Star and FM dual mode functions. This radio supports conventional FM communications and D-Star simplex, repeater, regional, and worldwide calls over the D-Star Internet Gateway. The ID52A is the first handheld amateur radio with a full-color 2.3-inch waterfall display and the ability to send photos over D-Star with a connected Android device. Other features include a wideband receiver with a guaranteed range of 144 to 148 and 440 to 450 megahertz. You can have VHF on both sides, UHF on both sides, or one of each with dual DV mode. Integrated GPS, including grid square location, a micro SD card slot, micro USB for data, programming, and charging, and is IPX7 waterproof. The ID52A is the perfect companion to the IC705. Both use compatible batteries and headsets, and you can use the same Android app for D-Star operation. Our family of favorite ICOM amateur radios are also available this holiday season. The IC9700, IC7300, and IC7610 base stations, and the ID5100A mobile are the perfect gift, and it's the most wonderful time of year to give the gift of ICOM. Visit ICOMamerica.com/amateur for more information on ICOM radios.
It's not the amount of power, it's the size of our tower. Ham Talk Live.
Welcome back to Ham Talk Live. Tonight, Kees Van Oosbree, W0AAE, joins us on the Orlando Amateur Radio Club at Hamcation Zoom line. And Kees is the assistant YOTA Month coordinator for the Americas. He is 17 years old, an active contester, and also serves as the YOTA Americas paper QSL manager. He's, like I said, the coordinator in training. Our coordinator has been Bryant Tarascal, KG5HVO, since we started this up 3 years ago over here in the Americas. And so he's training Kees to carry the torch whenever he's not able to. So Kees has been doing a lot of the work this time around. So Kees, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Neil. It's great to be on tonight.
Well, we want to talk about YOTA Month, make sure everybody knows what's going on and knows to workstations. And even if we have some young people who want to operate, we still have some opportunities for them as well. So we'll be talking about all of that tonight. So first of all, explain just what December YOTA Month is and who can participate in it.
Yeah, so December YOTA Month is pretty much a bunch of youths getting on the air with a bunch of call signs. There are 4 call signs in the Americas, and then there are many in Europe, South America, Canada, and even Africa. Kilo 8 Yankee, Kilo 8 Oscar, Kilowatt 8 Tango, and Kilo 8 Alpha are for 4 American call signs that are on the air during the entire December month here, all the way up until December 31st. And pretty much it's just a bunch of youth getting on the air, anywhere from 0 to 25 years of age. And any youth member can get on the air with our call signs. You pretty much just submit your call sign into an email to me or Bryant, and we can put you on the list. And it's a bunch of fun. We have many stations going on right now for this event, and you can actually look up the DX cluster and see a bunch of our stations going. And pretty much what we're trying to do is just get out word to other hams around the world that youth are involved in ham radio and that we enjoy this hobby a lot. So I will be using the call sign tomorrow and Saturday for a little bit. I'll be using K8A, and then a few others. W3MLJ, who's another good friend of mine, has been operating a lot of FT8 and stuff like that. And if you hear him on voice, please give him a shout out on the DX cluster and everything. It's great to get us some popularity on the band. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a great thing to make people aware of the youth contingent in amateur radio, and it's been 2 or 3 years now that it's been in excess of 100,000 contacts within a month. So it's always a great time, and we've got a lot of new countries participating this year. We'll talk about that. But if you're 25 or under, you can contact Kees and Bryant at YOTA Month, YOTA MONTH, @youthontheair.org, and they can take a look at the schedule and put you into a slot or two, or a dozen, and operate throughout YOTA Month. And then for all those people who are over 25, you can operate and contact all of these YOTA stations, and there's even an award system for that. So you can check that out at events.ham-yota.com, and all the rules are there. There's like a bronze and a silver and a gold and a platinum, and depending on how many different YOTA stations you talk to and that kind of thing. So you can look at all the rules there for all the awards, and then at the end you can download your award. But we encourage people to get all 4 U.S. call signs, and then all the Americas. We have what else do we have? We have Cuba, we have Argentina.
Argentina, Canada. There are a few Canadians.
Canada, hopefully tomorrow. Canada's not on the list yet, but we found out the call sign's approved. We just got to get it registered. So hopefully tomorrow Canada will be on the list. And we're working on El Salvador. We have a young lady, 14 years old in El Salvador, that's been operating satellite a lot, and actually heard her operate a few times. She's going to get on. She's trying to get the YOTA call sign, and I'm missing one more.
Yeah, there's so many I can't keep track.
I forgot. I'll have to cheat and look here. And the place that you can cheat and look is at youthontheair.org. And if you click on the YOTA Month page, it'll give you a list of all of these. Peru. I forgot. Peru is there this year. So in the U.S., it's K8Y, K8O, K8T, and K8A, because we can't do those 4-letter suffixes. Want to change that at some point if we can. I know that's going to take a rule change from the FCC to do that, but maybe someday we'll get that. Argentina is LR1 YOTA. Cuba is CO0 YOTA, and Peru is OA0 YOTA. And then Canada, VA7, I think, is coming online tomorrow, hopefully, if everything works out right. And we're working on a VE3. And then El Salvador, I think, is Yankee Sierra 0, maybe? It's either Yankee Sierra 0 or 1. So those are some of those. But like you said, you can go on the spotting networks and see all of those YOTA stations. And if you go to that YOTA Month website, you can click on the link there, and it will filter all the YOTA stations into your DX Summit. And that's kind of a cool little thing. So let's talk a little bit about the stations that are operating. You're very familiar with the U.S. ones. So we even have some special guests operating at times. So talk about some of the operators and stations that will be used for YOTA Month.
Oh, yes. So we have satellite stations that are going to be in use. We have KE8RJU, which I've contacted a few times on satellite. And she will be operating a bunch of satellites, I think linears, FM, anything really. And that was her main priority to do that. And I was like, oh, we need somebody to do that. So go ahead and do that. But the cool part is 3 youth operators that I'm kind of familiar with because I'm in a Discord chat with them, the Remote Ham Radio Discord chat. 3 from Turkey that have U.S. call signs. They're generals and extras. Are remoting into the U.S. Remote Ham Radio's youth program allows a bunch of us to use, including me, to operate huge stations that people put on the air just for us, and they're a lot of fun to work. We use Yagis, amplifiers, 1500-watt amplifiers. And pretty much what they're doing is remoting into the U.S. on the East Coast, and even in California there are a few stations, and they're just working as many stations as they can with the U.S. call signs. So even so these Turkish operators, they used to have a YOTA call sign back a few years ago, I think. I think it was before the Americas came online, and I think they lost it. They couldn't get it back, so they decided to contact me. And since they already had U.S. call signs, we could let them operate in the Americas. So they've been having a blast with that. I know a kid named UV's out there, and he's really he's good at FT8, and he enjoys it a lot. I think his call sign's W0APN. I'm not 100% sure on that, but he's having a ball with it. And a few other stations that will be on the air. I think that might be it for stations. But there are technicians that are operating on 10 meters. I know Graham. Call sign doesn't come to me right now, but he will be operating a lot of 10 meters and everything like that. And it's not just for generals and extras. Anybody can come in. Any technicians can enjoy 10 meters since it's been opening here recently. And I've known a few other people that are operating FT8 specifically. So I see the logbook filling up with FT8, but I like to see more CW and SSB contacts, and I'll be doing a lot of those modes tomorrow, so that'll be fun to use. But people using their own stations and some people using Remote Ham Radio, which we are grateful to Remote Ham Radio for providing their stations for us to use, us used to use during this time. So, that's pretty much it for the stations. Just satellite, any digital mode you want. You can even contact me. I'm sure we can get a station on a specific mode if you'd like. And, all bands, all modes, and satellite as well. So it'll be a ball to get all this going. We've already started, and 2 days in, man, we've got 29 more days to go, I guess. So it's going to be a lot more fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And in addition to the remote stations, which we are very, very thankful for, because that allows so many more people to get on the air. But we also have some that are just operating from home on their own HF station as well. And I know Chris, KD8YVJ, when he gets home from college, is going to be operating from the Voice of America Museum and that station. And I'm going to run up there and log for him a little bit and work a few YOTA stations while I'm up there. So we're planning that a little later on in the month. But there'll be people, everywhere. So they may be on a remote, they may be on their home station, they might be at a club or a museum station. It just rotates, so you never know who you're going to get with which call sign. So a lot of variety out there, and be sure to collect all four, as I like to say. Let's talk a little bit about the awards. Now, we should say that this is a Youngsters on the Air program, which is the original YOTA, which is primarily in Europe, but it also includes Africa and part of Western Asia, I think it is. It's their program, but they're expanding that worldwide. And so we have kind of copied what they have done in the last few years. And we had our camp this summer, which again, we tried to kind of copy what they're doing. They call them youngsters. We call them youth. That's just a cultural difference, a language difference, but we're all kind of the same program here. So they're the ones that are doing all the QSLing and managing the website, and they've got everything set up for those awards. So talk a little bit about the different award levels and how you can operate YOTA Month without being a youth.
Yes, so there are 4 awards. I just pulled it up on the website because I'm not totally familiar with the award system, but we have 4 awards here. We have bronze, which is 15 points, silver, which is 35 points, gold, which is 65 points, and platinum, which is 105 points. And pretty much you can keep track of your points through QRZ.com. So if you go to QRZ.com, you can look up your call sign. I believe it says you can type in your call sign under the QRZ.com page in the contacts list in the bottom. And I believe you can see how many points you have gained so far or how many contacts you have. And I'm not 100% sure about the point system, but pretty much if you get that many points, bronze, which is 15 points, silver, which is 35 points, gold, which is 65 points, and platinum, which is 105 points, you can request those awards. And I'm not 100% sure on the award system because I've been busy with the schedules, but we'll get you an award, I believe, a little certificate in the email or something like that. And enjoy it while it lasts, because we're going to have it next year, and you can try each year to get the awards.
Yeah, the events.ham-yota.com website has a search on it, so you can search the logs and see what you've already been confirmed for. And I think it's like 2 points the first time you work as a call sign, and then 1 point each after that or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, that's the point system. So, you can get the bronze one pretty easily, if you just work 5 or 6 YOTA stations, I think it is, if I remember right. And that's going to get you 15 points. So that'll get you on the board. But you can, at the end of the YOTA month, you can log in and download your certificate from that events.ham-yota.com. So we have a link to that on our Youth on the Air YOTA month page as well. So if you go to youthontheair.org and click on the YOTA month thing, the link to that will be there. All right. Well, I think it's time to take a break here, Kees. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk some more about YOTA Month, and we'll take our listeners' calls right after this word from Tower Electronics right here on Ham Talk Live.
Thank you for a lovely dinner.
Aren't you going to ask me in to solder some PL259s?
Well, I do have some from Tower Electronics.
How can I refuse?
Consider the sophisticated quality of PL259s from Tower Electronics. From soldering supplies to adapters, connectors to cables, and all types of connectors, Tower Electronics has the parts you're looking for.
Well?
Just one more connector? You know I love your PL259s.
Then by all means, take some with you.
Don't be caught without PL259s. Visit Tower Electronics at a Hamfest near you, or visit them online anytime at pl-259.com or call 920-435-2973. They also have ham sticks, mobile antennas, and meters too. See the whole catalog. Go to pl-259.com. Tower Electronics, the ham's dime store since 1978.
Join the conversation. Give us a call at 859-982-7373. Again, the number to call is 859-982-7373. Or, if you'd rather type than talk, tweet us at Ham Talk Live. Now, here's Neil Rapp with more Ham Talk Live.
Oh, yeah. You're talking ham radio, baby. You're listening to Ham Talk Live with Neil Rapp.
Welcome back to Ham Talk Live. Ham Talk Live's on the air every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time right here at hamtalklive.com. And be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And the Hamfest schedule for Tower Electronics, they'll be in Ocala, Florida this weekend, December 4th. Plant City, Florida next weekend. That's December 10th and 11th. But you can visit them anytime at pl-259.com. Well, before we get back to Kees and our December YOTA Month conversation, it is time once again for the Joke of the Week.
Now it's time for the Ham Talk Live Ham Radio Joke of the Week, the part of the show where Rick tells us a ham radio joke. The Ham Talk Live Ham Radio Joke of the Week is brought to you by QRM Labs. Now, here's Rick Garrett in 9 GSU with today's Ham Talk Live Joke of the Week.
I decided I wanted to operate portable while skiing. Boy, that went downhill fast.
This has been the Ham Talk Live Ham Radio Joke of the Week with Rick Garrett in 9 GSU. Tune in again next week for another joke from Rick.
Now, Kees, before the show, you were saying that there's snow on the way where you live?
Oh, yes. We weren't going to have very much snow this December. I was listening to the meteorologist, and they said, "Oh, we're not going to have snow for a while." Well, I just looked at my phone, and overnight we're supposed to have a few inches, so that's not going to be fun. It's normally it snows like 3 feet, I swear, up in the on the ground this time of year, but not this year. It's been pretty warm in the 40s, 50s. That's usually in the 20s during this time, so I'm very shocked. But I'm kind of anxious for the snow tomorrow, but I guess it is what it is. More reason to stay inside and play on the radio, I guess.
There you go. And if you go skiing, you know, they say it goes downhill fast, so.
Yes, no kidding. It wouldn't be fun to do, what is it called? POTA or something like that.
There you go. You can do POTA YOTA. Or would it be YOTA POTA?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it'd be YOTA POTA. But yeah, you could do skiing on the air. You could put on the backpack like those guys do at Hamvention, you know, the big backpack radio, you know, with the big antenna, and go out and ski and make some cues. So there you go. All right. Well, thanks, Rick, for the joke, and we'll have him back again next week as always. But right now, it's time for your phone calls. So if you have a question for Kees, give us a call right now at 859-982-7373. Again, the number is 859-982-7373. Or you can tweet us. It's at Ham Talk Live. And if you're on Spreaker, you can type in the comments. We'll get that. But if you're listening to us on the podcast edition or over on WTWW shortwave, you won't be able to reach us live. We're recorded on those. So, we're doing this live here on Thursday evening. So, Kees, first of all, before we check the tweets and everything, any other important information that we missed about YOTA Month?
I don't believe so. I just suggest to all the older hams out there to try to get your youth on the air. Any Elmers are out there, anything that know of youths that are technicians or have never been on the air, try to get them on the air and maybe they can even grab a call sign from us or two during this month. So just get out there and find a youth to mentor.
And I did look up the rules during the break here, and you get 2 points for every new YOTA station you work, and then you get 1 point for working the same station on a different band or mode. So, if you do CW and then you do phone and then you do Digi, you can get up to like 7 points. So it shows you here what you can do. But it's 2 points first time you work the station, 1 point for a different band or mode, and just work them all, work all of them that you can. And there's even some plaques available, so you can check that out. Again, events.ham-yota.com is where you'll find all that information. Okay, well, let me run over here. I'm not seeing anything in the tweet, so we'll stand by for phone calls here for a little bit at 859-982-7373. And while we're waiting on some calls and some questions, Kees, let's talk a little bit about the camp that happened, and we're actually starting on the planning stages for next summer already, and we'll be announcing a lot of that stuff as soon as I can figure out where we can go on what day. So we'll get that figured out. But talk a little bit about your experience at camp this summer. You had a chance to even manage a contest.
Oh yes. So this summer, a bunch of us youth got to participate in the Youth on the Air Camp in the Americas. Sadly, Canadians and South Americans cannot join us this year due to COVID-19, but we still had a lot of fun. Just a few of us American youth here. And pretty much we went to the Voice of America Museum in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we just had some kit building and everything like that, some radio direction finding, which was very fun. I've never done radio direction finding before that, so it was a lot of fun to learn about a very exercising event like that. And we got on the air with ICOM radios. We got to use 706s. We got a ton of 706s to play with. We got to do digital modes. We did a contesting area, which was really, really fun. Bryant KG5HVO and I, we did an eyeball sprint, which was very, very fun. Neil has more information on that, and
I had a blast
doing that. So yeah, it was just a lot of fun. I've never been at a huge museum like that, so it was a blast. We also did balloon launches, which I've never done before, and pretty much we tracked our balloons that we launched throughout the world. Actually, I believe we had some go up into Canada and everything and stuff like that, and some great stories to tell. And pretty much it was just a ball, and it all went by so fast. I was sad to leave on Friday. That was a very, very sad time, but it was just a ball. We made a lot of contacts at the station. They have a very, very nice station there, and it was fun seeing the technicians' faces light up when they got a Hawaiian contact, and it was just a lot of fun. People learned a lot about contesting, satellites, everything. So we got to make an International Space Station contact with a Japanese astronaut. And later that day, we got to see the International Space Station pass overhead on an 80-something degree pass, probably an 85-degree pass. It was. And we received digital data for it, so it was a lot of fun to see that and actually get to hear an astronaut that is actually on the space station talk with him. And we had some very, very good questions for him. So it was just a ball, and I can't wait for the next one. It'll be fun to see the planning for the camps to come and everything like that. So yes, I did some contesting the contesting event for that. And pretty much Brent and I, we did a sprint contest with the youths, and they learned a lot about contesting. Some had already done a lot of contesting beforehand, but I think a lot of people learned more, or they learned what it was. And we got a few on the air and the eyeball sprint and everything like that. And then we had a few satellite operators that have never done satellite, and I believe Graham, another youth that I've gotten to know quite well from the camp. He's been getting into satellites and everything like that, so he's enjoying it a lot. And even with the technician license, he's been doing a lot in the air. So I hope he pursues a general to get on more HF bands like that. But pretty much the camp just opened areas in our lives for ham radio. Like I've never done radio direction finding. I've done satellites, I've done stuff like that. I've never done radio direction finding or balloon launching, and those were the two most interesting things for me, to be honest.
And you didn't mention, but you won the direction finding contest.
Oh yeah,
you've never done direction finding before, and you ran away with the direction finding contest.
Well, I was trying to work my butt off for it, and I've been wanting to get an RDF receiver, a better one, to test out some radio direction finding stuff. There's only like one contest near me for radio direction finding, and that's not very many people participate in it. So I'm hoping there are more. I may even get one started. You never know. It's very fun because it's very fun because it's a lot of running, and I enjoy running a lot. So it was it just opened my eyes to a new aspect of the hobby, a sporting event that's unlike contesting. So
your cross country running paid off that day, I would say.
Yeah.
And it was like 97 degrees outside. And it
was very hot out. It was.
Yeah,
and you guys have a nice
crazy
place to do it at. The Voice of America has a very, very nice lawn, so you could hide different things in the area. And we had a few kite flyers that came by and were wondering what we were doing, and it was pretty fun. And then balloon launching was another fun aspect. We were listening to digital data, the CW beacon, and the voice beacon coming from the bigger balloon, and it was fun because we posted on Twitter and Facebook about our launch and for the frequency to listen on. I think it was a 2-meter band, and people actually turned on the radios listening for it, and they heard it, and they sent a video in to us from the balloons of beaconing. And it was just so cool to watch the PSK reporter cluster update every few minutes to see where our balloon was headed each time. Each of that time, and some popped and came down, but we found them. And there was actually a cool story behind that of the recovery team going out and finding some ham radio, some other ham radio guys where there was a farm and balloons that happened to land near the farm. So it was it was fun listening to that story and connecting others throughout the country. So it was it was just a blast, and I can't wait for the next one to maybe run it. I don't know. I think Neil's having some youth run the next one or the next two. I don't know. So it'll be great to do to find out the upcoming ones.
Yeah, and we should mention the eyeball sprint is a good activity. It's a good practice because you're practicing that, and you can have unlicensed people even do that because you're in a room. You're not on the radio, but you're practicing giving your call sign exchange and logging those. And then you move on to somebody else. And so if you've never done one of those, it's a really good practice. It's actually a good, club activity. If you get a small group of people together and give everybody a log sheet and give them, 10, 15 minutes, and you got to make as many contacts as you can. And the reason I had a blast was because on the second one, I cranked up a bunch of pile-ups over the PA system and went around doing the all the time. And
oh, that was a blast.
Yeah, Will was back there banging on like the pans that were there from dinner, and yeah, it was a fun time. So, and
it sounded just like a contest. It sounded that bad. That's why I do CW, not side bands, because it's not that bad on CW, but it's
there you go.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. It's a whole lot easier to filter out all that stuff on CW. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. Well, Kees, let's kind of summarize here the websites that people need to check out and QRZ pages and all that kind of thing, and tell people how they can participate in December YOTA Month, both as an operator and as someone working the YOTA stations.
So as an operator, if you're a youth, 0 to 25, just shoot me an email, shoot Brian an email, and you can find our emails on our QRZ pages. They're listed right up there. Just send us an email, and I always forget the email to actually contact us. It's YOTA. I think it's region 2 at what is it? What is it?
YOTA Month. YOTA Month. At youthontheair.org.
Thank you. Yeah. I just get the emails, but, if you're an operator, just contact me and I'll send out the schedule to you, and you can just, add your call sign on the list. Pretty much just get on the air that day, from 0 Zulu, on whatever day to the 0 Zulu on the next day. So, it's a blast, and if you're not an operator or if you're not a youth, pretty much just look at our QRZ page if you hear us on the air, and just look us up. And if you contact us, look on the last QSOs by the call sign at the bottom of the QRZ page. Just type your call sign in there. It might take a day or two to upload to that to the QRZ page, but just type your call in there, hit enter, and you should see your call in the logbook. And we'll be uploading all the logs to LOTW, and we're still configuring LOTW for everything, so that'll get worked out. And look on DX Summit or your favorite DX spotting network, and type in our calls in there, K8Y, K8O, K8T, and K8A. And you can find us anywhere. People have been spotting us like crazy, thanking us for the QSOs and the special event call signs. And especially DX stations like to see these American special event call signs, one-by-one call signs on the air. So you get a crazy pileup sometimes. I was using a station in Maine last year, and I had some crazy pileups into EU on CW and everything like that. So it was fun to pull out some calls, but it gets crazy, and it's great to see the DX spotting networks go crazy over your call. So you can just have a lot of fun, and it's fun getting the pileups on yourself for a change. It's not the best using your own call sometimes, because it's not very rare, but a one by one is especially rare for people, and especially the Europeans that are trying to go after these YOTA call signs. It may be easy for them to get their European YOTA call signs, but not the U.S. sometimes. So any station. Any youth station can operate, technician general or extra, and the people that are trying to find us, the OMs or the other older hams that like to participate in these events can find us on DX Spotting Networks, QRZ.com, and at our YOTA Month website. So that's pretty much it, and just have a blast with it, especially the youth, and it's great. It's great talking to us youth. The older guys talking to us, and they realize that we're the younger generation, so they try to mentor us in those ways, and they really appreciate it. So that's pretty much it for YOTA Month. Just get on the air and make a few contacts.
All right. That says it very well. So thank you for being here on the show. And also thank you for taking on this new responsibility of helping Bryant get things going, and for the YOTA Month here in the Americas, and getting all the operator schedules figured out, and all the logging and QSLing and all that kind of thing. It's a lot of work, and I'm glad that you're helping Brian out with it, and getting some training, and I have a feeling it won't be long you're going to be dropping that assistant part off of your title. So thanks for doing that, and also my hidden sources that have told me what wonderful things you're doing with your local contesting club and clubs, and doing some great things there. So congratulations on that, and thanks for being an inspiring young ham.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. Yeah, I just the guys of the Minnesota Wireless Association here in Minnesota, they appreciate seeing my scores on 3830, and they're like, "Whoa, that's a youth doing that!" And it's fun getting some mentors out to my shack and helping me put up antennas every once in a while, and some great CW operators up here, and SSB operators for contesting. So it's great to have the older folks helping me out a lot. So I appreciate all their hard work and everything like that up here in Minnesota, even though we're not the closest to Europe and everything like that for contesting, but it's still a lot of fun to get to know these older guys and learn what they've learned over the past few years. So yeah, thank you very much.
All right. Well, that is a wrap for this week's edition of Ham Talk Live. Thanks to my guest, Kees Van Oosbree, W0AAE, and everybody out there in cyberspace for listening tonight. And invite you back next Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's going to be the Amateur Radio Newsline Takeover Show. So it's going to be all Newsline all the time next week. We'll talk a little bit about the behind-the-scenes stuff, and some of the reminiscing of Amateur Radio Newsline over the years. So make sure you tune in for that next Thursday night at 9 p.m. And for a list of our upcoming guests, you can find that at hamtalklive.com. And tonight, also with the holiday theme, we're going to play a special holiday selection, instead of our usual closing music. So you get happy holidays from Noah, the automated weather voice. So, for now, this is Neil Rapp, WB9VPG, saying 7375, and may the good DX be yours.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. Don we know our gay apparel. Fa la la, la la la, la la la. Throw the ancient Yuletide carol. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure. Fa la la, la la la, la la la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. Fast away the old year passes. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. Hail the new ye lads and lasses. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together. Fa la la, la la la, la la la. Heedless of the wind and weather. Fa la 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 la, la 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 la.